you actually recording right now, stupid head?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay. All right. Gina is on her way to get some tequila. So.
Not for me. I'm a whiskey
it's
girl.
Patron, too,
Is that good?
silver.
No, it's not.
Is that
Patron.
good stuff?
It's not
It's a
Patron.
Blanco.
Solano.
Oh.
Let's have one.
I said, Danny told me never give her tequila, and I just did
Because
it.
she takes her clothes off? Is that the thing? Yeah.
This is based on earlier, younger years where
It's
Jose
feeding you after,
Cuervo was
after
done.
midnight.
Where Jose Cuervo was shot done many, many times.
Is it
Yeah.
like a solo tequila makes my clothes fall off? Is that kind of the theme we had going on?
No.
Tequila makes
Not
me
at
turn
all.
into a werewolf.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's,
Luke Garou.
yeah, that's a good one, too.
Or the chupacabra.
Yeah. Oh, it's just covered.
All right. Well, welcome to what happened this week. And so, how was that tequila shot?
Actually, very, very smooth. And I'm not shooting it. I'm sipping it.
Sipping.
And it's a very good sipping tequila.
Lisa is sipping. So welcome. We're here to share our stories because we live in a neighborhood like no other. We're based in South Louisiana, outside of New Orleans. Did I say that right?
You did not say that.
Not at all.
You're obviously not from here.
Yeah. You can say that. I'm
I'm a-
definitely not from here.
I'm a transplant, 7 years in. And
You don't sound as bad as you used to.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I've improved.
Yeah, okay.
I keep getting better. It's like wine, you age it.
I think when you bought your boat over here, your language changed a little.
Yeah, that might be
That
true.
might be it.
So we live in a community that has the most unbelievable stories. There's one road in, one road out. The only other way out is by river. We are here to interview Lisa and Danny, two of the neighbors. But before that, we want to hear what happened this week, Gil. Gil, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Gil Griffin. I am the president of the Homeowners Civic. Is that what we call it?
Yeah, we're just making it up. He's basically the
Civic.
mayor of our village.
The mayor of the party zone. But anyhow, yeah, I am actually the owner of the vault too. That's another story we'll get to later.
The vault.
No, but what happened this week, starting with today, is Arthur, one of our buddies, was at work and his wife calls me. She's got a 5-foot water snake in her pond, and it had a fish in its mouth, a koi. So they called me up to come and get it. I got there, couldn't really find it. It was in a bunch of rocks, but anyhow, long story short, it lives underneath the lining of the pool. So tonight we're probably gonna go over there and take the pool up.
It's inside the pool?
No, it's a plastic liner. So it made a hole under the plastic. So it's probably living under the plastic liner.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
That's weird.
But it's under there right now, I guarantee you.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll take the fish did die. I did get the fish out of its mouth, but it did die. So we threw that in the canal. But that's one thing. Then we had another little incident about a deer.
But a dead deer, just random.
Well, I think it got hit, not hard, but probably got hit because it had a little bit on its butt, a little blood on its butt.
Blood
A
butt.
little blood butt. And so, of course, like we do every day, I went and felt it. It was still warm, so it was roadkill, but went to the whole neighborhood, and everybody was like, yeah, if I was home. And then they were like, if you gut it, we can, I'll come and get it. And I'm like, yeah, that's not fucking happening. But when I went back to see if it was still there, it was gone within an hour. So somebody's eating some backstrap right now from a roadkill on the street.
Loving it.
Yeah. And then we had a couple of boat incidences that another thing that's happening today is Ted, one of our neighbors, is taking his boat out that has never been out. It's amazing.
But it's been washed.
It's
like
been
numerous
waxed and everything.
times.
This is how bad this man waxes and washes his boat so many times. He finally took the cover off today, and there was a bird nest.
Oh
in
my
his
gosh.
boat, in his boat. That's how long his boat has not been in the water.
I have a question. This is the first time his boat is going to
No,
be
not
in
the
the water?
first.
The first
he's
in
some
at
trips.
least
Very
a
close.
year.
It's
It's been at least a
When he
year.
first got it, he took it out and he was supposed to go on a trip with it to the mouth of the river. He passed Gina's house and he went down and then we were sitting out here. I was like, and all of a sudden the thing goes back. It wasn't even 20 minutes. And I was like, that was a serious maiden voyage, dude. What the hell are you doing? Next time he did take it for a trip for probably a day somewhere. I think he did it in Florida or something. But to think this is going to be his first time going to the beach and everything with it. So we'll see.
Honestly, since he bought that boat, 3-4 years now?
What, 4 years?
I've literally seen it maybe 3 times. Maybe.
Yeah.
And that's giving
That's
some
okay.
grace.
Yeah, yeah.
That's giving grace. But when I was walking the neighborhood after work, for at least 2 weeks straight, he was out there washing the boat.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much longer do you got to wash that boat?
And he's got a lift that lifts it out of the water. He's got a bubble thing
Yeah.
under it, so nothing can ever get there.
I mean, literally, it was like about 10, 12 days every day out there washing it. I don't know what else he
You
was
can do it,
washing.
yeah.
I really
It's
don't
just
know.
amazing.
Yeah,
But
it was
anyhow, he's taking
ridiculous.
it out, so that's going to be a moment for the neighborhood. I think we're going to do some kind of parade.
We should do a little christening.
Yeah, when he actually goes in front of the house,
Yeah.
we throw things at him, some beads or something. That's
Like, this
7
is a
out.
big deal.
It's going to be an early.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to wait for the water to come up.
The water's
The
coming
water
up
is
now.
right
Yeah.
Besides that, pretty uneventful
Quiet.
week.
We had crawfish bowl.
We did have a crawfish ball.
And I brought friends.
You brought friends, and they're coming to the hood, I think.
Yeah,
Which
like-
was amazing.
It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
Delicious.
We had like 80 people there. We actually made no money.
Right.
No money.
Yeah, and we only had one silent auction item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this one's not made to make money. We don't mind if we break even on the crawfish ball.
Right.
So I was good on that. We'll have the next one. We'll have the Halloween party. We'll do all
Yeah,
that.
that's a big one. That's a big one.
We'll do all that.
Well, but I brought some friends who had moved here from out of state, and they've been here about 3 years. And they came, and I said, "Look, don't judge me when you meet everybody."
We'd met her along with another person from the neighborhood a few nights before doing a bingo game.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hit it off.
Yeah,
So,
she's cool.
Yeah, she's very
I
cool.
wasn't sure about her husband, retired Air Force and all that.
They
Like,
came
this-
and apparently they are now looking for property.
Oh my gosh! So they left to go take their dogs back, and then we all left and went to the Vault, right, which is Gil's neighborhood bar. That's our hood bar. And she texted me, and they had come back. They come back to look at all the property and this and that. I was like, y'all are out of control. Okay, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they came back and they're like, "Hey, I just passed you." I'm like, "What are you doing?" And they're like,
Everybody out there in podcast land, I'm telling you, you come here, you're fucking hooked.
They are. They came back again. They looked at property. They're already talking about the next weekend. And here's the funny part, because so they let me know I was driving to go get more boat parts, right? So I'm on my way, and she's like, "Hey, we just passed you." I'm like, "Oh shoot, what are you doing? Let me call Gil, and I'll have him give you a tour." Well, Gil was out of the hood.
Which is very rare.
That was super rare. I was like, "What do you mean you're what? Where are you?" I keep going, and I text another neighbor, Becky, and she's at a volleyball game. I'm like, "All right, shoot." I'm like, "Hey, look, I'll be back in 40 minutes, right?"
But now we hear they want to get property instead of
Yeah.
And Becky,
Yeah.
Becky's the one that I introduced to the neighborhood. And
Yes, you
she
did.
decided that they were going to move here as well.
She did, and she's going to make it happen.
It's just an amazing thing.
But here's what's funny is shortly thereafter, I get a text from another neighbor, and he's like, "Hey, what are your one friends that came to the crawfish ball? Like, what do they drive?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" And he said, "Well, they're down by Cray Cray's house, where the burn pile is. You can't forget that story. I don't care. Throw it in. Throw it in.
That is
We gotta talk about
It's
it.
going to take a little bit of time. Yeah.
Okay.
We have
High
a-
level. Drama.
We have a waterway cleanup where we clean up our waterways, and we've always had a burn pile that we use every time we do a waterway cleanup.
Right.
So we're out there, put all of our trash there, getting ready to burn it, and then I have a psychopath. I'm gonna have a psychopath that came and tried to stop us from doing what we always do.
Mm-hmm.
So, in retrospect of what happened, she actually called the
Parish
on us, but it backfired and it went to her.
Well, that is speculation that she was actually the one. So
Fair.
allegedly on your part,
Yes.
you're
Fair.
not stating facts.
Definitely alleged, but wink, wink. But
We don't believe it.
yeah,
No
but
lawsuit.
so anyhow, we got to an argument. We had
There was a whole Facebook drama.
And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, they call me that she's going crazy outside. So we're at the vault, the neighborhood bar.
Neighborhood bar.
And we got like 6 golf carts. So we all get in our golf carts and we head to this house, the psychotic house. And we get there, and on the way there, she's yelling, "Oh yeah, here comes the posse." You know, it's going like,
Posse.
this is going to be fun.
We need t-shirts. Hood posse.
And it became really fun. Greg cursed her out, and then I tried to calm her down. But her husband stayed there the whole time, just kind of like looking at us. Until one day, we mentioned about the only time that cops ever came down here for this fire was because y'all
Fighting amongst yourselves.
lit the woods on fire.
Right.
And she goes, and her husband's got his head down like this, and all of a sudden he raises his hand and he goes, "Oh, that was me."
Oh!
I was like, okay.
But either way, she contributed to that burn pile. And then got angry because there was a little spat when we were dropping it off, right?
She's freaking psychotic.
She is a bit of that, yes. A lot of people intervened in that. We all saw the writing on the wall, and actually that night we kind of wanted to go over there and just light that burn pile and leave.
Yeah.
But we didn't because we don't do that.
we
Yeah,
don't do
so...
that.
But that was some excitement.
Yeah, that was good.
You know,
That
wish we
was
could go a
good.
little bit
For
more in
hour.
detail, but we'll be here forever if we do
Yeah.
that. All right, so Lisa, you
Gina.
hi. You're the first person I met. Second person, Rebecca. Becky was the
Yes,
first.
Becky was the first.
Becky was the
because
first,
you-
but yes, I remember when I met you. So I'll just kind of share how I met Lisa and her husband
Did we
Danny.
do this on 0.5?
No.
Okay.
But when I moved in, I'd moved here from California, and I had.
California people are very, very different than the hood people.
But I'm originally from Wyoming,
And they
so
talk really weird.
I still do have a California accent occasional. But I get here and I have the cable guy there, and I do not know what he's saying because his accent is so thick. All of a sudden, this woman comes in the door and she's like, Debbie. And I was like, I'm sorry, maybe wrong house. What did I get myself into? And she's like, oh, I couldn't remember your name, but Becky told us. I'm like, oh my God. And I honestly, I was so grateful for that.
You looked a little scared.
I was scared at first, but man, when you were like, oh no, I'm your neighbor, I was like, okay, wow, 1, and 2, thank God.
That
What
shit
is
don't
he-
happen in California.
No, it's
Yeah.
oh, absolutely not. And I was just so happy. I was like, please help me decipher what he's saying. I don't know. I'm in another country.
Yeah.
So I met you.
It's
yeah.
easy to do when you're from the area.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
I met Gina, called her Debbie first. Well,
Yeah.
mistakes happen.
That's right.
But we hit it off
We
actually
did.
that day, and I also met her son,
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane.
Hurricane. Love it. Love it.
And yes, he was this very charming young man, very polite. So
Yes.
we became friends after that, and then I gradually, or maybe abruptly, it just took a couple weeks, introduced her to the hood.
Yes.
She was kicking and
Did we have like a
screaming.
party or something?
She was kicking
Mardi Gras.
and screaming.
Oh, yeah.
So you moved in when?
It was in January 1, 2018.
Yes, and then Mardi Gras, I believe, was in February.
It was
of that
February
month.
that month. Mhm.
She is not from Louisiana. She's from Wyoming. She lived
Did
in
we have a
California.
parade in the neighborhood?
Not a parade, but you had a party.
No. So we have this tradition in the hood where we go to our little town's Mardi Gras parade. Everybody has a great time, and then we come back to the neighborhood, the hood, and we usually do a crawfish boil, an oyster queue, shrimp boil, crab boil, something. We all get together. So we'd done the whole parade thing. We were at a house in the hood, and I believe at that point it was not crawfish.
It was oysters.
It was oysters, yes, it was oysters.
Didn't you do a tutorial?
I do a tutorial for all of it.
She does it all. How to eat an oyster, how to eat a crawfish, how to eat a crab.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I haven't done is
look her
shrimp
up.
because shrimp are easy. But anyway,
Fair.
I called Gina and I said, "Hey, get over here. It's we're having the party. Let's go. Meet
Couple
the
houses down.
Meet the neighbors. Have a good time. Come have some oysters. Have a beer. Whatever." And she's like, "Oh, no. See, I'm off today, and I was gonna go to the grocery store, and I was gonna go do some stuff around the house." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bitch, it is Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Get over here."
But-
And I had to say that 10 times
Yeah.
before I finally wore her down. And she's like, "Okay." So go ahead, Gina.
I did, but mind you, I didn't drink, didn't smoke the ciggies. I went to spin class that morning. I was going
Did
to
you
make...
drink at that party?
No.
No.
I was like, who's drinking at noon? That's weird. I was very straight, and
Who doesn't drink?
And my goals for that day, because I had a free day off, right, was I was going to go to the store and make some cauliflower tortillas. Like, that was my excitement.
And it was-
and meal prep, you
Yeah.
know.
But we had to introduce
Yeah.
you to Mardi Gras. And it was a soft introduction.
I was going to say that.
It was.
Very soft
Yeah.
introduction.
Yeah, but when I met y'all, I was... Yeah,
She was scared.
I walked.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand the whole bead thing. I'm like, why are they wearing these cheap beads? This is weird. And
And why
it
is
was
Lisa's hair blue?
And yeah, her hair. She had this hair, and everybody was dressed different.
Which,
And
by the way, Lisa wears different color hairs pretty much every week.
she does, but now I know she rocks it.
Yeah.
But no, when I left there, I literally talked to myself in my car, and I was like, yeah, I can't know these people. This is too much. I don't want to know these people. Like, these are not my people. And oh my God, y'all are my people. Yes. And y'all are my people, and I don't want to make it about me because I want to talk about you two, because you two have been here in the hood for a long time.
22
and-
years.
Yes, 22 years.
And we're not that old.
And you've lived, and no, you're not. And you lived through Katrina,
Katrina.
Hurricane Katrina here in the neighborhood, and we had Ida. I was there for that.
Oh,
That was
Isaac.
bad.
Oh, Isaac.
Oh, Isaac, sorry,
Isaac,
excuse me.
Rita.
Yes.
Katrina, Isaac, yeah. So introduce yourselves, and I want you to kind of share how you came to this neighborhood, what you think of the neighborhood, because you all really are part of the original.
OG.
Oh, geez.
OG.
We should get T-shirts for y'all.
Well, when we were a young married couple, we decided it was time to purchase a house because the house we were renting in New Orleans was actually going up for sale. And
Just to stop you there, how many houses have you lived in this neighborhood?
Just that one, right?
well,
and
no,
a
I will get into that
Okay.
story.
A camper at some point.
I will get to that.
I got
So, we decided it was time because they were going to sell the house, and if you know the properties in New Orleans, it was definitely out of our price range.
Got
so
it.
we thought we would check out the North Shore, where we could either have some land or live on the water. Mm-hmm. So we came up here. First house we saw, we made a contract on that day. It was this beautiful little
You
cottage
made it on that day?
on that day.
That day you saw it? Are you serious?
First time I ever looked at a house, we bought it in 10 minutes. Like,
No.
we like it, we'll take it.
Yes.
No way.
Same
Yes.
thing I did.
It was on the ground. It wasn't on the ground. It was very low off the
Little
ground. but it
bungalow.
was
I never
beautiful.
saw it
It was
like
a
that
beautiful,
either.
it was a
Cute little
beautiful
bungalow.
little
Yeah.
cottage bungalow, which was great. And then when we closed on the house and we finally had moved in, I was still working on the South Shore. I'm driving across the causeway.
It don't matter.
I'm driving home, and it's late at night because I got off work at 9, and I'm calling restaurants in our area, and they're like, "Oh, we close at 9." I got
Who
home.
does that?
I got home and I looked at him and I said, "Where the fuck did we move.
No kidding. Oh,
They close at 9.
so funny.
We're going to starve.
That is so true. That is so true. I feel you. I feel you on that. That's funny.
Anyway, the next weekend, we were driving around, sightseeing, getting oriented, and then we came across the store, and I remembered seeing newspaper articles for the huge wine selection.
Oh.
And I said, oh, I can live here.
Yeah.
It's got a weird
I can
name.
The
live
stores
here.
close. The stores close at 9, but we have a great wine selection.
Right,
All
lots of
good.
wine,
All
we'll be
good.
So no, to answer the question that Gil had, well, the little cottage flooded during Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
We were displaced for a little bit, but we did actually repair it, move back in.
But also, you developed some good friendships during that time, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What? Am I being too? Why is that
That was
funny?
before my time, actually.
Yeah, I mean, because you are, you're
One of the-
you're an acquired taste. Bill.
One of the first friends we made here was not during Katrina. It was before Katrina. It was just this little tropical
Minor
storm.
flood.
Tropical storm. Mm-hmm. 2 months after we moved in. And Danny's at work and I'm watching the water rise. And rise. And rise.
And did you know
And
that
rise.
it was even going to happen
We
yet?
had no idea.
We were told.
Right? Now we know,
We
but-
were told, the house has never been underwater.
Right.
So anyway, so I call him at work and said,
They've been
get
to
here,
the
get here,
roof.
get here, get here, get here, get here.
Wow.
Anyway, long story short, yes, the neighborhood flooded. Our house did not flood, but you want to tell him how you met the neighborhood president?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're sitting in the backyard, just looking at the water about a foot from the back of our door, going, "What are we doing? What the hell did we get into?"
What is this?
And about that time, this hippie-looking dude comes paddling across our fence in a P-rug, and he's got a joint hanging out of his mouth, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm Alex. I'm the neighborhood president. Y'all need any help?" And at that point, I knew I was going to be
You knew
good.
you were okay.
And we became best of friends after that.
Wow.
But unfortunately, Alex got killed in a boating accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2000 what?
2006. The year-
2006,
Yes,
yeah.
the year our son was born.
Yeah.
Wow, it was the same year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
That's an interesting
Hey,
start.
Give me that tequila.
Really?
Yes.
You gonna take a shot,
Just a
Gil?
little, just a little. Sip.
What? Gil
Well,
only drinks Crown, by the way, and
I know.
he's taking a shot of
I'm
tequila,
out of
which is
Crown right
weird.
now. I don't have my crown with me.
Oh.
You talk too long. That's why. You know.
I have Elijah for you. Did he?
You'll have to tell the-
We're watching him drink
You'll have to tell the
it.
story of how we got
Oh!
killed.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
But first we have to get through the whole.
Yeah.
Okay, you asked how many houses we lived in. So so Hurricane Isaac comes along, floods our house again. This time the house is totaled. We have to rebuild. So from our little house. Prior to
Yeah, my
that.
mom.
Yeah, prior to that, his mom came to live with us because she had dementia. So we purchased a house down the street. It was a lot bigger than our little
Big house.
tiny bungalow because we couldn't all fit there. So we moved down the street to there. And then after she passed away, we sold that house, moved back to our little house that we loved.
But first, we moved to Tonga.
Well, yeah,
Kind
Tonga's
of.
a story for another day.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
we
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
need to hear about Tonga.
Yeah. So anyway, we moved back to the little house, and Hurricane Isaac hits, destroys the house. Basically, we have to rebuild. So from the cottage to the house down the street to the cottage to an RV in my bestie's driveway for 6 months.
And didn't you have?
I had West Nile the whole
Yeah, you had West
Oh,
Nile.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
and
West
you
Nile.
had
I
West
couldn't
Nile
get out of
disease
bed.
during all this.
We actually opened a business 2 weeks before Isaac started,
Good
and we
grief.
both had West Nile virus.
Oh.
But I was fine; he was sick.
How did I
So
not
I'm
hear
dealing
your
with-
side of the
I'm
story?
dealing with the aftermath
we got
of
hot
Hurricane
dog.
Isaac while he can't get out of bed.
Man.
So fortunately, I mean, we live in the hood, right? So I had so
Right.
much help from all of my friends and my neighbors that helped me clear everything
And that's
out,
what
get
makes
moved.
everything so amazing here.
Amazing.
And then we moved back to the shack next to my bestie's house because that also flooded. After that was kind of fixed, we moved to there and it was like a palace compared to an RV because we had a little bit more room with our dogs and our son and us. And then once our house was built, we moved back here. So we've lived in
6 times on one street.
Yeah, a long time.
Wow.
And now we call it the alien
Within
house.
300 yards of each other. Yeah, we're not ever leaving.
Wow.
We're stuck
No,
here.
no, nobody here in this table is ever leaving.
Well, not only that, I mean, Danny used to be part of the welcome committee of the
We
neighborhood.
passed that down to the younger people.
Yeah. Well, you were.
It's not
He was
working
it.
very well these days. I don't know.
He was
Now I'm
it.
like one of the old Muppets that sit up in the balcony and just.
Curmudgeon.
Well,
It's a story about Gina.
Oh,
It's
geez.
actually not really a story because it's happening right now. She is drinking out of a stemless wine glass that says "Classy bitches drink wine," and it's written in pink. So it's an awesome stemless wine glass. And
And it's whiskey.
She's drinking Elijah and Sprite out of it. No wine. She is not a classy bitch.
okay, so
We say classy witch.
Well,
We say
she's a classy witch.
What you do here?
When you move to this neighborhood and you meet the regulars, you are either going to
Love
it or you're going to turn tail and run.
I don't know anybody who's ever ran. Even my mom, who's basically like a nun. Sorry, Mom.
And we had some events that happened
She,
between
we,
me and your mom.
multiple events. We have so many stories about that. And now when
loves
she
it.
visits, she's like, "Can we go to the vault?" I'm like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And she loves all of you.
I know when she first came in,
amazing.
you gave us you gave
I
us
gave you
parameters.
instructions.
You said, "This is my mom. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't say this. Don't do that."
Don't embarrass me is what I heard. And then of course I definitely embarrassed her.
You straight up did. That's a story for the
For another
next
day.
one. Yes.
Another day.
Well, this has been fun, Gina.
It'd be
It
fun,
has
Jimmy.
Can we come back?
Please, we need a part 2 because
Okay.
that is only just like, that's not even the good stuff yet, but that is just the beginning.
Guess
And
where we're going?
are we going to the
We're going to
vault?
Wait, what do I do? What?
When you're calling people to the vault.
Hey ho, hey you ho.